Warning, the following program contains spoilers. Viewer discretion is advised. You have been warned.
In this real-life catastrophe, I'd rather live in an RPG. In this real-life catastrophe, I'd rather live in an RPG. Creating who I want and how I want to be. There'd be no rent or power bills, I'd just go out and hone my skills. Defeating enemies for gold and XP.
Hey everybody, and welcome to GOUDA Times. We're on like episode 118 or something like that. 14.
14.
And it's going good. I'm super having fun doing this.
I am too, even though we get here on the day of recording and we're like, oh,
What are we gonna talk about?
what are we going to talk about today? I know! Let's talk about this. Like today, I want to talk about a movie I just saw. I know you haven't seen it, but I've seen it. It's Interstellar. It was so good.
I've been hearing good things.
Oh my god. So I didn't realize that it was such a long movie though. Like I sat in the theater. I was like 2 hours into it. I was like, man, if they ended this right now, I'll be so pissed. Because this is going to be like the worst cliffhanger ever. I'm not going to know what's going on at all. Or they're going to like rush the ending. And an hour later it ended. And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
So it was like Lord of the Rings long.
Yeah, it was a 3-hour movie. But it was totally worth it. It was really, really good. Like, it's a story about like the human race's extinction on Earth. Like Earth is like becoming like a wasteland, and there's like like dust storms all the time, and like all their crops are failing. There's like a virus that takes control of their crops and kills them, and so it doesn't like go to more crops, and they have to burn their crops, and so like wheat is gone and kale is gone. And so corn is like the primary, like, you know.
Well, I don't
thing.
like kale, so that's okay.
It's okay, but there's no wheat.
It's okay if you're on the Atkins diet.
Oh yeah, good point. Anyway, so I thought it was a really good movie. I would give it a high rating. I can't think of a rating right now, but 8.5, 9, 9.5, 9.5.
Out of 10?
Out of 10.
That is...
Yeah.
It's impressive.
It was really good. It was probably one of those that I would like actually pay to go watch again in the theaters. And I don't do that. I go to $5 movies.
Well, if somebody doesn't want to spend money, I have a good recommendation for a movie too.
What's your recommendation?
I saw a movie that I thought was really, really good. It was actually got a lot of big names in it, and but I had never heard of it before. It was called Snowpiercer.
What's it
Mine
about?
was also in the future
Okay.
when the world is coming to an end.
Uh-huh.
But it's because we put a bunch of chemicals that made the world freeze.
So the complete opposite
The
of
complete
Interstellar.
opposite. Everything's burning. Mine's everything's freezing.
Okay.
And there's this guy who's obsessed with trains, and he builds this just giant train that's like, I don't know, like a biodome. It's got like, he's like, I could build a train that I could live on forever.
Uh-huh.
And so he does. And so it's like 15 years past that, where the world is completely frozen, and every surviving human is living on this train. It's this giant train, and it's completely self-sustaining.
What?
But since it's now been 15 years, the train has totally segregated itself, and you've got like the rich compartments, you get the middle class compartments, and you got the poor compartments, and it's Captain America. The heck is the actor who does Captain America?
I don't know.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah.
He is the main guy, and he is in the poor class, and he's like, if we make it to the engine, that's where the rich people are. We could take over the train, and we could, kind of overthrow the train government and kind of make everybody...
Train government.
That's not what they call it, but that's how I took it.
That actually sounds really good.
And so it's like the movie is his struggle to get from the poorest compartment of the train all the way to the engine, where the guy who's obsessed with trains is staying, and he runs the train, and then they're hoping they could get there, take it over, and then they can control the train, and they can socialize it, basically.
That's cool. Do you watch it on Netflix?
I watch it on Netflix, so
it's not really free.
So people who are
it's $8.99 a month.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But if you're already getting Netflix, then it's free. Kind of. But I really liked it. I thought it was really good.
That sounds good. So, okay, I'll watch Interstellar again with you if you'll watch whatever that movie is with Megan.
Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer.
And I guess it's because the world's all frozen, the train's the piercer. And it's
going
through the snow.
The train is the Snowpiercer.
It is the Snowpiercer.
Awesome.
And they built a track that goes all the way around the world so that the train's always in the sun so it doesn't freeze.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, don't tell me anymore.
I won't tell you anymore.
I gotta watch it.
And now for Picks of the Week!
So what is your pick of the week?
There was a lot of good stuff this week, but we got trades back in, and really one of my favorite trades came back in. Chew. I think Chew is just an absolutely incredible story. It is a detective story about a guy who has extrasensory perception, but it is all activated by his taste, and it is in the midst of the bird flu. So basically, chicken gets completely, outlawed. And so he's part of this detective agency that is stopping people from illegally smuggling chickens and cooking them. And but his extrasensory perception is activated by taste. And so basically he's got a really, really, not sadistic, but he's got a partner who's more interested in solving the crimes than he is about you. So he's like, oh, hey, look, there's a hamburger that's sitting on the floor that's been there for 4 weeks, but it's in the crime scene. Lick it, So it's but besides that, very good. Overall story, fun, lots of fun. That's my pick of the week. I'm adoring. Go.
You okay? So my pick of the week this week is Intersect. It's an image #1 by Ray Fox, and it is gorgeous. Every single page is watercolor, and it is all like this really cool fluid picture. Like every single one is one of those things that you could like totally put up on your wall if you wanted to. It's supposed to be a horror comic about this world that they're living in. I can't tell yet if it's like the Matrix or like a dream world or something. It leaves a lot of unanswered questions in the first book, but it leaves a lot of like room for growth, and I really, really like how it's going forward so far, and the art in it is absolutely gorgeous, so I would suggest picking it up.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Cheeseboy Comics. We have Star City Games nights. We have 5-5 Worms.
We're Trap! Welcome back, everybody. And now to everyone's favorite segment of the show, Love 'em or Leave 'em.
Totally. I don't know. What? Would they detest it so much that they wouldn't let me do it? If that's the case, leave them. Because I don't think anyone should ever dictate someone else's, like, their hobbies. Like,
Right.
I don't ever want to be like, oh, you like magic, or you can't play magic. It's like, what? No, I hate it when that happens. So I would leave them if they were like, no, I don't like magic, so you can't play magic. I'd be like,
Well, it'd be pretty much anything. If they're like, you can't do this, you
right.
can't.
Or if they made me feel bad for playing magic, or like something like that at all times, then no, I
Like, oh, you're playing that nerd game again?
yeah, but not like joking around,
right.
but like actually serious about like, oh no, like
being me.
yeah, I would leave them.
Like, why are you watching cartoons?
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yeah.
Like, ooh. That would be harder. That would be harder.
Yeah.
I'm like, Magic's part of my job, so.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I could go without playing Magic at home and stuff.
I really like Magic. It's like.
Right. But like, yeah, certainly, like if I was with somebody and they were not into Magic at all and they thought it was dumb, you know, I could
Well,
have no
that's-
problem be like, yeah, no, when we're out together, we're doing blah 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 and blah blah blah, and
Yeah.
I'll do Magic at work and with my friends.
Yeah, and see, that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. But like, if they like openly detest it so much that they like get really, really mean or defensive with it, then I wouldn't be able to. But if they were like, hey, you can play with your friends, just don't play around me, that's fine.
It's true. Yeah. But back to cartoons. If it was like cartoons, that's all I watch at home is cartoons. I'm like, I can't watch cartoons. We should have a kid. That would have an excuse.
Oh, but what if she was like, kids can't watch cartoons.
Oh.
Kids can only watch PBS, only the PBS shows that are real shows.
We would have to do a lot of really fun things outside of. Oh man, it would be like Disney if they were like, nope, no Disney. Can't go to Disneyland, can't watch Disney movies, no Disney station.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'd be different.
That's a
That would be
I
be way worse than the. Good night.
What's over 9 AD? Was when we hit the waves. But we needed a beach, and so we took our pace. But with the bigger waves, would be really keen. So I said, hey, try out my epic machine.
Today's episode is brought to us by the Crisp, made entirely of cheese.
Oh
Yes,
my goodness.
Crackers made out of cheese. Cheese baked into crackers. It's a cracker, but it's cheese. And you don't have to put cheese on top of this cracker that's made out of cheese. It'll be cheesy deliciousness. Beef it. And this one is basil pesto Parmesan crisps made out of cheese. Cheers. Dude. Found one that she likes.
What?
Cheese. Usually you're like, eh.
Almost
No?
like the good, like it starts out really good and then it just like it's not very good.
It's delicious. It's a little salty, but it's delicious. Hey everybody.
I didn't spit up. I'm good. We're good. It's alright. Good night.